All right, here we go. At the airport. I didn't want to. It was a rushed morning, to put it mildly. I got home a little late. Didn't completely pack, so I woke up, threw some stuff in a bag, and hopefully we'll be good until we get to Philly. Oh yeah, that's right. We're heading off to watch a client compete and tell him what to eat and other fun stuff. So I'm incredibly hyped. Plans. We're gonna meet up. We'll see. Honestly, it should be fine. At least I'm gonna head to work out. He'll be there as long as he does something just for the sake of blood flow. I just don't need him exerting himself before he's gonna be standing on stage exerting himself. So it's been a hot second. We made it through TSA, and yeah, now I'm just kind of working on some client plan things. I gotta make some minor adjustments real quick, just so it's been a very kind of busy week for me. So I've not been able to get to these as quickly as I want to, but now I've officially hit 12 clients. Yay. Which is the most I've ever had it ongoing at any given one point in time. So I'm gonna have to make a day of the week strictly dedicated just getting this stuff done. Another thing that's happening again, checking photos as we go about this whole ordeal, and I'm probably gonna throw some up on the thing right here. Whew! I gave the man 2 rice cakes and some peanut butter, looking crazy. He texted me, he's just like, dude, I'm having veins in places I didn't know I could have veins, which is just but it's true. I mean, his legs, there were veins kind of running along his quads. I'm just like, dang, that's insane. And it's just, I always find it really ironic. This as it's been going, it's I'm getting a guy more shredded than I was able, with even my coach helped me out, than I was able to kind of get myself. So it's just I'm definitely better on the opposite end of this whole show thing as of now. Definitely next time I go about it, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be legit. I'm going to full send it. But for the time being, I'm currently a better coach than I am a competitor, so what you gonna do? Alrighty, we're in Atlanta. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh, let me tell you how happy I was when I got off the plane and I looked, I'm like, I gotta find T17, and then all of a sudden I see a sign that says T17, the T21, and I'm like, perfect. And it was the first thing I saw. It was right where I entered, so I didn't have to go far at all. Unfortunately though, I didn't get to use or head to the vaster, more kind of everything kind of food court area that this airport has, but Tropical Cafe, honestly, probably my best interest. That is what is available to me. Price-wise, kind of hurt my soul a little bit, but on the up and up, I got some relatively good macros. It's this jerk chicken wrap kind of deal. Macros are okay. Fats are probably going to go a little over, but I can only control so much, so I'm not going to be too disappointed if that is the worst thing to happen to my sorrowful self. But, got through it, took a couple naps. My mouth was probably wide open. I hopefully wasn't sawing logs, but it was nice. It was pretty nifty. It's warm here, humid in Atlanta. Then in Philly, it's 90 as well, so it's gonna be toasty, but the end is near. It's in sight, and yeah, just kind of enjoying myself. I got an apple as a side, so gotta stay healthy and stuff. Already, I had to find a place to eat, kind of a fair bit of ways from my gate. It's packed, and I'm not gonna record myself in a packed area. But yeah, so try to do a food review. All right, so right off the bat, it looks. Anytime someone jerked this chicken. We don't have time for the part that actually matters. Some of the other parts spilled its guts, but the taste. There's a nice little kick. Kind of sweet. Very mundane. It works. I'll take it. Solid 7 out of 10. Alrighty, that was one of the more hectic boarding processes. But hey, we made it. Woo. Well, that took literally kind of forever. We ended up touching ground, landing 5:57. I got off the plane at 6:30. Because there's this whole weird fiasco. It's we need these people to get off, but their flight was canceled, so people were yelling at people for no reason. And admittedly, it just got a little stupid. So now, my one guy is picking me up. My client dude. Apparently he's been told to move 3 different times, so hopefully I'll be able to get out and all that stuff. For now, I'm gonna find a way to we'll get down. Alrighty, now by the whole pickup lane thing and stuff, and just waiting. I feel so special. I got my own little, escorts. I don't know how to say that. So yeah, gonna be looking out for him, and the party really gets started. Alrighty, officially in Pennsylvania. Hell yeah.
Less than 2 days out. Let's get it.
Less than 2 days out. I'm fluffing like a muffin, and I saw those forearms. It's like, goddamn. Okay, yeah, no, that's definitely different. Okay, goddamn. All right, note to self.
Don't.
Okay, hey. We'll hit a lats run tomorrow. See what happens. Alrighty, and we made it. I totally forgot to actually record some like YouTube dedicated footage with Milton, but fact being, I'm housed and all that fun stuff. So yeah, kind of getting stuff ready for bed. It's gonna be a longer day tomorrow, an earlier day kind of deal. So we're gonna be getting up, getting at it essentially. Heading to Planet Fitness. I'm gonna be hitting like a full body kind of day. Obviously, I gotta get a workout in, and Milton's just gonna be there, kind of getting a pump in more or less. My hair's funny, but yeah, I'm gonna be enjoying that, having a good time with it, and yeah, it's hyped. It's hype, but yeah. It's awesome. Stopped at Aldi, grabbed a couple things for myself, more or less, and yeah, tomorrow's going to be a huge day of filming. Today was not as dense as I would have hoped, but, not a lot happened. I wish I could have recorded the whole, meeting up kind of deal. That would have been so epic, but, teach their own. And that is the end of day one, first ever clients competing on stage situation, whatever you want to call it. All right, morning one in Philly. Milton on the scene, 1 day out, which actually, now that you mentioned it, I'm realizing.
Yeah, I woke up and it hit me. I was like, it's almost time.
No, dude, it's a phenomenal feeling. Like, waking up being like, this is almost over. And it's like that mix of just like, for me, it was just like, it was more relief than actually like kind of excitement and nerves than anything.
It's like my For You page on TikTok knows too, because my For You page this morning has been all what I ate 24 hours post show. I think it's prepping me.
Yeah. I gained like 20 pounds or something with the water and all the food. Mind you, it was over 3 days. Had I only kind of really gone ham one day, probably would have been closer to 7 or something like that. Yeah. I just remember, I went to IHOP after. That pump after the fact, dude, because they had the endless pancake deal going on at the same time, so I got a burger and that knocked me out.
Yeah, I gotta show you. There's this bar in Philly called the Trough, called Butcher's Bar. Mm-hmm. And they have this thing called the Trough where it's like duck, burgers, bone marrow, all on a bed of Parmesan fries. It's insane.
So a little Heezy in his granola bar and cereal bar, stuff like that. I got a turkey sandwich, sourdough, turkey breast kind of deal, and then coleslaw for fermentation. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, the food
holy
is so
smokes.
It's huge.
That looks it. I'll have to travel back. That is cracked. Oh my god, that's
next time you're here.
That is a bodybuilder charcuterie board right there, I tell you what. Plan of action for the morning. Cardio, Planet Fitness, posing sesh, and then from there, head back, do something for the time being. Head to another location, lift, and then check-in time 5 p.m., right? Mm-hmm. And then check-in time at 5, so we'll have to do that stuff and things, which that'll be nifty enough at least. Because I've been lately stalking the whole Iron Makes Iron Insta page, their story, to see who's it's only the women competitors who are kind of tagging them and shit. So I'm just
one old guy.
No, exactly. I'm just this isn't the stuff we need to do, especially on OCB pages. Chronically, people are so and so days out from this show kind of deal. You don't see that a lot with the NPC because I think there's more of kind of a secretive competitiveness kind of deal. It's honestly less about the fact of I'm doing a show and more of I'm gonna whoop some ass.
I don't want them to know what I look like till I get there type of thing.
No, dude, exactly. Which honestly, it's a smart thing. I remember I made a post being yeah, I feel so good, and the guy who won the overall made his post the next day, and I'm like, god damn it. And literally I was sitting there do I pull out of the show? I was deep in prep, mental health just non-existent. It was so rough around the edges. So that's at least I think it's a net positive mental health wise. And then it came to the point it's you know what, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go down fighting.
The uncertainty was a little nerve-wracking. I'm stalking the page, losing my mind, trying to see anyone I could be going up against type of thing.
No, exactly.
But then again, I could also be one to post, but I haven't.
All right, and on the streets of Philly, heading to the mighty Chariot.
Wait till reliable Planet.
Yeah, I say. Once again, if people are still dogging on Planet in the year of 2025, they're dumb. It's going there, like I think I probably mentioned, cardio sesh, posing sesh. It's gonna be awesome. Got some liquid greens. Oh, things packed away and all that fun stuff. So it'll sure as heck be a time at least. All right, so I guess for sake of content, what got you into the active bodybuilding to begin with?
The active bodybuilding, honestly, it was definitely social media. I mean, I started to learn about nutrition through social media, and I started doing my own research, and just, it fascinated me, especially seeing what the body's truly capable of and being able to push myself. So I started to look into more bodybuilding, and especially once I realized like nutrition was the career path I wanted to take, it just interested me more and more.
Nice.
What about you?
Oh, dude, for me, it was it was one of those things where, I mean, definitely social media, because first, like, I was trying to do the whole hybrid athlete thing. I was trying to get bigger and, like, you know, get faster kind of deal. But then it just became a thing where I was getting bigger and I was getting slower, so.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's a canon event.
Yeah, no, straight up. Because, like, I was looking up, like, back workout videos, and I stumbled upon, like, you know, these, what did, you know, the golden era guys do and all this other kind of light hodgepodge. So it became a situation where I was just like, oh, this is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that just, like, I guess the art of it kind of appealed to me a little bit more than other things.
Do you think your theater background had anything to do with that?
Oh, dude, definitely. Like, I remember being a thing, my senior musical that I ended up doing. It was a situation where I wanted to get, like, jacked, because I was supposed to be playing this very suave, like swashbuckly kind of guy kind of deal. I'm just like, I can have a couple of top buttons open, have the chest, you know, chesting kind of deal. But that, like, never ended up happening. But like that aspiration to, like, get into that kind of shape really kind of started there.
Yeah.
And even before then, quarantine basement workouts, like, I was, dude, it was like 1 a.m. I was pulling off like 50 like curls at each arm kind of deal.
Those quarantine workouts were no joke. I would put dumbbells in my book bag and rep out push-ups kind of thing.
No, dude, pull-ups for me, I ended up, like, slightly damaging because it was one of those you kind of, like, put on the trim of the door.
Yeah.
That thing's so bad. Because then when we went to, like, kind of revamp, paint our house kind of deal, my dad's just like, what the happened here? And I'm like,
Yeah, I tried to flip a light switch off one time with a dumbbell in my hand. Broke it clean off. I don't know what I was thinking.
I mean, you know, it's, you know, what is it? Didn't realize the power of your strength or whatever the hell it is.
However that saying goes.
But yeah, then got off to college. Rec center was available, and then, and admittedly, like, in the beginning, dude, I thought I was gonna suck. I never looked good in high school, like, at least in my opinion, kind of deal. This ain't gonna turn out well. And then, weirdly enough, it's just like I was able to pack on muscle, like, surprisingly quick for what it was worth. Dude, my dream, and this one's, like, definitely a little bit long down the line, just because it's like, you know, whenever someone wants to expand their business or, like, make it bigger, they're not gonna, like, jump on doing a bodybuilding show or something like that. But straight up, especially, just everywhere, I feel like bodybuilding shows are stupid expensive. Like,
100%. When people post on TikTok and they're like, oh, this is my second show of this season or third show, I'm like, are you pulling this money out your ass?
No, dude, straight up. Like, I was even tempted to do, like, one show and then the week after do another one, but, like, once I paid for that first one, I'm like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, oh, I could do an OCB show, depending on how this NPC show goes, like, get a feel if I think I could place well in the OCB. And then I was like, I'm gonna have to get my OCB
membership,
and then apply for like 3-4 classes again. No,
and then, well, the thing is, the best option would be, and the one thing is, so the NPC does natural shows now, which I enjoy a lot, because I think you get an NPC membership, it goes like both ways. So it's like the membership becomes a little less, but then the thing I've noticed is, like, there's never like an NPC show then a natural show, like, next to each other. It's always like one then the other. And then it's like a couple months down, so it's like, do I remain, like, at this ridiculous body fat percentage for like so and so amount of time? Because it's just like, yeah, it's obnoxious. So what I want to do is have, like, a community-based one, and I wouldn't mind, like, kind of a dream of mine I've been, like, thinking about is just, like, starting my own little federation kind of deal. Just like,
no, that'd be dope.
But like, make it more budget friendly, because, like, I really,
I really want to know how much like the payouts are for a lot of this stuff. It's just like, you think of it, you got to kind of reserve a hotel thing, conference room area for like, the weigh-ins and the check-ins.
And the free stuff they give away too.
Yeah, so you got to consider the sponsorship things and all that. Along with that, you got to pay the judges, the runners of the event, people behind the scenes doing stuff.
The tanning company, all
yeah,
that
so
stuff.
the tanning, get them kind of reserved to be over there. But then, like, even though I considered, like, that should not be more than, I feel, like $5,000, probably.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. But then it's just like, because how much, so your card was like $120, something like that?
Yeah, like 120, 150 around there.
Yep. And then like registering and everything with all your other classes?
120 per class.
Per class?
Yeah.
Holy. That wasn't even like per division or something like that? Or?
What, like per, like true novice is 120 and then true novice PA 120, that sort of thing.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's ridiculous because it's just like, because like you're paying for like not even that much longer on the stage kind of deal.
Yeah, I know, which is why I wish I would have done more research on it ahead of time. I would have tried to plan my shows accordingly because I could have saved money and did like a farther away show and got a hotel for a night if I knew and like compared prices better.
The one thing I'll say about like the Midwest area and like including PA is like there are smaller federations that kind of do stuff.
Yeah.
And their prices tend to be similar for like the membership shit, but it's like typically you can like each division like added on can be a bit cheaper than what you see in the NPC and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like you said something that's like make it cheap, make it just affordable. More people are going to do it. The biggest barrier to entry for bodybuilding is the price point.
Oh,
like,
for sure. I think that's definitely the biggest chokehold that has on people. I think a lot more people would be willing to do it if it wasn't so expensive.
Straight up, like especially for a lot of people, it's just like, is it cheaper to, sign up for these competitions, all this other stuff, get a membership at a certain gym, get a trainer, all this stuff, and
yeah, because I know for me personally, it was like the expenses plus having to pay a coach. Like, luckily I found you, but if I didn't, I probably would have tried to free ball it myself.
Yeah.
With a little help from ChatGPT, see how far I could get.
Straight up, like I'm hearing more and more about like that ChatGPT like being used as a coach kind of deal, and coaches utilizing it, which I don't think. I think coaches using it as like an enhanced Google browser. Like I don't have an issue with that, but if you're asking chat to then give you a like program to then give your client, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a ripoff because they could just be doing that themselves.
Yeah.
At that point, I think. Just like for school, it could be used as like a blueprint thing. Like I use it to help me with outlines for papers.
Dude, yeah, same.
But I think in outlines, as far as I'm willing to go with it.
Yeah, because at that point, it's like, there have been times where it's like, I've had it like write up prompts and then I read its like summarizations on things.
Yeah.
And then I'll like go in, pick some more specific things, look at the summarization, and then be like, okay, I want it to look like this in my own head kind of deal.
Yeah.
More like kind of a peer-reviewed kind of aspect to it, ordeal. It's just like, yeah. But then, like, at the same vein, like, people are, like, doing that. It can work for, like, a lifestyle client, but if you're looking to, like, do a show kind of shit, like we talked about yesterday, it's going to be one of those things where it's just, like, that weight of just, like, the bias you can put into the, like, system itself is going to kind of come back and more or less bite you in the butt because all of a sudden, next thing you know, let's say, I lost this amount of pounds. It was just like you had one really low day.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's telling you these calorie amounts. It's telling you this workout split change and all that stuff. And just like, it's to have that human aspect, which is why, admittedly, I want to try to get more into in-person bodybuilding coaching because like online, dude, it's like I made a video about it. It's just like it doesn't feel real until it is kind of deal. And it's just like the act of being there. It just
and actually
way
seeing
more.
someone in person, like being able to judge. Because lighting, I know for me, it's harder to find good lighting in my cheap apartment off campus in Philly. Like, not gonna have the best lighting in the world.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have time to like find the best setup, so trying to figure that out.
Oh yeah.
And like having a good setup or being there in person will make it easier for you to be able to really assess me as a client.
No, and that's the other thing. Like, that's like, because I remember before I went with my current coach, I like scoured Michigan. I'm like, where's the best, best bodybuilding coaches? And like, the only ones I could find were like over in the Detroit area. So like my current dream is like, obviously like it's gonna be best bodybuilding coach in Michigan someday. But until then, we're gonna take over like best in the Grand Rapids area,
Yeah.
best on the west side, and kind of climb up from there. Because the thing is like, there are gonna, it's finding that like the people who want to do it and the people who like are just willing to like get a coach kind of deal. These like, I'll be existing and I'll see some of these hybrid athletes doing stuff and things like football players, basketball players. And I'm just like, brother, if you were just to like put in one off season, put on just a couple pounds of like lean tissue, dude, like you could walk in, walk out, be done.
Yeah.
Now then I'm curious, so who's on your, assume like your Mount Rushmore of bodybuilders could be as many as you would like kind of deal. Who are like your kind of top guys as far as bodybuilding goes?
As far as bodybuilding goes, I'd say Phil Heath is probably my number one.
Preach.
Just because like the clips I've seen and his mentality and the way he approaches everything, like the podcast, I definitely watch him the most.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Cutler's up there, just nostalgia, and like that's probably the first bodybuilder I really knew. Arnold, Ronnie Coleman, those would probably say the four guys that I've like seen the most and truly idolized to a certain extent.
Oh yeah.
I may not agree with everything they do, but like those are the guys for me.
Yeah. I can't lie, dude, like ever since the beginning, I always thought like, I like the first thing I remember kind of really feeling about like bodybuilders as far as physique goes is just like, I remember just thinking like right after that, it's like Arnold's overrated. Because essentially, I came along the scene when everyone's just like, this Arnold split is stupid. Like his methodologies and the science behind his training is dumb. So I unfortunately picked up like the boo kind of deal. But then I ended up disliking him as like a bodybuilder for the sake of his like his mental shenanigans he would pull, which I respect like literally to all hell and back in all honesty, because like being in that competitive field and stuff like that, it's like if you can find a way to fuck with your opponents and like get them to not show up their best without like actually like inflicting anything on them, you got to do what you got to do. So it's like there's a bit of respect there, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man. Especially I think it's it was I think it might have been the '81 Olympia for like Tom Platz was looking ballers all hell, but because he had a bicep tear and Arnold mentioned it to his judge buddies, he ended up kind of, it wasn't too noticeable, but all of a sudden it was kind of deal. At least as the stories go. It's one of those things where as I kind of look into the history, I look into the photos of the shows a bit more, I'm like, people were so exaggerating this kind of deal. Like the 1980 Olympia when Arnold had that controversial like win kind of deal, his comeback, he actually looked really good, like sincerely. His legs might have been a weaker point kind of deal, but like he really did deserve to be in one of those top spots. Like, which is unfortunate for all the guys who trained year round, but like that just shows you how great of a bodybuilder Arnold is.
And like you can't beat genetics and insertions, and like Arnold was the blueprint.
Literally for the time, the best. Like there's no going around it. But yeah, then I think my top four, Phil Heath, like I gotta, ever since I kind of really watched his stuff, also the fact he's like the last modern dynasty as far as like Olympia wins and stuff, like I have so much respect for that guy. Also in the beginning when it's like, I have narrow clavicles, it's so unfortunate. Everyone's like, yeah, so did Phil Heath. Yeah, but Phil Heath also had some of the best muscle insertions, some of the best 3D like bubbliness, paper like thin
and
skin.
Just hearing about his origin, like playing basketball and stuff, and he just like kind of blew up, like it's insane to me.
Yeah. No, and then I love his like ideology on like dosaging. His whole like it really kind of set into me. It's just like keep low. If you're running like if you can't run low shit and get good results, you're not gonna get it running high shit. Like,
no, I don't watch a lot of the PED stuff because it doesn't personally apply to me yet.
Oh yeah.
But I did watch his podcast where he talked about that, and I was like, that's so true.
No,
like
exactly.
Some people are just willing to like hop on right away because they haven't even put themselves through like any real natural training. Like you don't know how that's gonna affect you. Why not see what you can do naturally and really push your body before then?
No, straight up. But yeah, so he's definitely like up there, number one. And then after, I gotta put probably Dorian Yates as my next one. I just like, dude, he has an audio book that I even like bought more or less just because I think his mentality of just like It's something I wanted to adopt a bit more in a sense, is like put your head down, put in the work kind of like way you went about it. Keep out of the spotlight until you can show up and kick some ass kind of deal. Like next time I go on prep or something like that, I don't think I'm going to like, I'll do like little physique like tidbits and stuff, but it's gonna be one of those things where it's just I want to show up, I want to win, then I'll show what was happening behind the scenes kind of deal.
Yeah, like peak week for me, I didn't want to post my physique as much.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to still try and post once or twice a day at least, but for me it was like I do want to have like that. I want people to see what I look like on stage. Like it's a body dysmorphia thing too, but at the same time, like I want it to be a surprise, and I want y'all to see the final results of the hard work I put in.
No, yeah, straight up. Yeah. And then, so to wrap up with the final two, so Phil, Dorian. Then I gotta put Mike Menser. I'm a sucker. Just like I think his physique is like one of my favorites of all time. The just Herculeanness of it is something I enjoy. Also, just because of the fact I'm built a little blockier myself. It's just like, you know, the idea of emulating it seems pretty baller, and just like that more kind of scientific aspect, but also
I don't know how I forgot Mike Menser, but he's up there for me too.
Yeah, just like his like, admittedly as life went on with him, definitely took on more of a sore loser mentality and really kind of let himself go. But you know, it's still gotta, for what he was in his prime, I respect it a whole hell of a lot. And then
I like how he explains his reasoning for everything he does.
No,
I
dude.
used to watch a lot of his videos. I based a lot of my training off of Mike Menser when I first started to really get into bodybuilding.
No, because of him, I started doing a like one body part a day bro split kind of ordeal. Yeah. And then gotta wrap it up. This is tough. I think for the time being, I gotta give it to. This is definitely a recency bias kind of deal for me, but just like going through Schlerenkamp's one of my faves. Yeah. Like I just think the way, you know, just not one who is like never really the most successful guy ever, but just like for me, his like one time beating Ronnie Coleman, kind of in Ronnie's like, you know, honestly right before his prime kind of deal.
Still impressive.
Just that, the opportune like way he was able to take advantage of that situation kind of deal. And just his upbeat, like, you know, smile, like happiness thing. I just like his vibes are ones I would like to admit, like, you know, the gentle German giant kind of ordeal. I think I'm a big fan of. Yeah, all right, let's find a place to strip.
Alrighty, back in the vehicle. Fit change on my end, and looking as fly as ever. Yes, sir.
Look good, feel good, pose good.
No, straight up. We're heading back to Planet. Initially, we were gonna head to this one other place deal, but for some reason, they think they're too good for day passes. So, boo, they don't get my money, unfortunately.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Yep. But yeah, with that, we're making our merry way. Then, same Planet or a different one?
Same Planet.
Same Planet. They had a fair bit of equipment. Mind you, when we did our earlier kind of a chat on the treadmills, we kind of were able to keep the tripod a little out of the way, blocked by some ellipticals, but now we're going to be a little bit more full frontal. Better way to phrase that, definitely, but this is more out there. Yeah.
On tanning.
Yes.
So after I get my first coat, will it stain my sheets when I like go to bed?
Yeah, so that's why I said, like, wear some clothes you're willing to get all mucked up, essentially. And then, like, your hands should be okay. Those should be able to dry relatively quickly because they don't put a shit ton on your hands. But when they go to put it, like, on your body, that's when it gets
Yeah, because I was like, should I sleep on the couch or what's the...
Oh yeah, definitely away from people is gonna be the best bet.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing about like you mentioned it. I used to, dude. I remember, because I think I watched the Arnold documentary on Netflix hadn't come out just yet, but I'd heard that he had trained like twice a week essentially. So I'm like, or twice a day, kind of deal. So I'm like, I'll start doing that.
Yeah.
That was stupid as balls, in retrospect. But like, it's one of those things where I started like waking up later and I wasn't able to really get into the gym as early as I wanted to before like classes started for myself.
Yeah.
So once I started doing that, it was just like I noticed myself getting a little sicker quicker, and my body started not feeling great quicker, and all this other stuff.
You used to have to do 2-a-days for football in high school.
Oh.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But yeah, I had a similar mindset because fortunately enough for me in high school, we had like a weightlifting class where we learned about like very, very basic nutrition, like just what the macronutrients were and like lifting and stuff. So I would work out for that class, and then I would also have like baseball lifts later in the day, and like would not
That's
take care
counterintuitive.
of my body.
Yeah. No, we had I remember, so we had the basic ass health class kind of deal. It's like you learned what a macro was and all that stuff, but you didn't really learn how like to read calories or like micros or stuff. But ever since that, I was a fat kid throughout middle school kind of deal.
Me too.
So I started reading that on like calories. I watched the whole Super Size thing, and I don't know why people have an issue with that film. It just shows like fast food is fattening, like straight up, down to calories that come with it, kind of crazy. So I kind of watched that, and I had this whole change of and I was also running cross country, so I was getting like extra slim already from doing high school cross, and it just I leaned out, dude. My jawline was like the sharpest it had ever been. I was like a whopping 135 soaking wet. It was like, for a high schooler kind of kid, it was a little bit heftier. Like I felt like a freaking baller, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah, part of the reason I want to get into nutrition is because it was something I always struggled with growing up because my weight fluctuated all the time. Because like peak baseball season, I'd be like 210 pounds, and then my football coach would be like, damn, you got fat. And then football would come up and I would get down to like 190 because I was running so much and practicing every day. So it was just like two very different extremes. And I had I still have bad acid reflux. If I ate within an hour to 30 minutes of like any extraneous exercise, particularly running, like I would throw up.
Damn.
So I used to play night games for football, and I used to not eat. So if we had like a 5 p.m. game, I would have like 2 granola bars in the morning, and I would weigh myself after. And at one game, I remember so specifically, I had lost around 10 pounds. Like, granted, it was like a majority water weight, but it was like the most unhealthy thing possible.
Yeah.
And so I always struggled finding that balance. So that's partially what pushed me to hopefully try and help other athletes in their nutrition and like understanding their bodies, sort of deal.
Yeah, no, and honestly, like I think the background that in bodybuilding as well will allow you to see through some of the as much as like bro science, pseudoscience bodybuilding can get, like sometimes like legitimate exercise scientists, sports nutrition can like be even more like pseudoscience, bro science-esque. So
just because I feel like there's not enough data out there for how like long this stuff's been around. Like it's just recently coming to light, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Especially with all the peptides and stuff now.
Dude, tell me about it. Once I kind of officially go to the dark side kind of deal, I'm gonna be fucking around with a lot of those things, like melatonin.
Please tell me how retatrutide goes, because I definitely can see myself taking that next prep, especially if I do stay in the NPC and don't do an OCD show. Like I would definitely take retatrutide just to make myself more bearable for others on the prep.
And in that case, like then also like if you like to go even the half natty route or something like with like your genetic capabilities, from what I can like imagine at least, like something like enclomiphene help just get that natural test even like up a little bit higher and stuff like that. Like they're not necessarily like do the most, but they're gonna do a little extra. And if you're gonna be reliably in the NPC, it's gonna be something that's just gonna be easy money essentially. I wish it was a thing though for all these memberships that where you didn't have to pay like full price for like a yearly thing each year. It's like once you get the initial, it's like less as long as you keep it up year by year kind of deal.
Because now this is even the whole like IFBB Pro card. You gotta like renew it if you're not competing kind of deal. And I think
It's stupid.
yeah, it's a little silly, but obviously some people are like grandfathered in or something if you had it before this rule took into effect. But I don't know. Regardless, if I end up getting that card and I end up losing it because I don't pay the stupid fee, it's just like still an IFBB Pro.
Yeah.
Parentheses like former, but like still want it.
Yeah, the fees, I wish they went into more detail about the fees that truly go into bodybuilding because, yeah, like I said, some of y'all that are doing like 2-3 shows like over a summer, I'm like, ooh, I'm trying to, whatever job you have that you can get over 10,000 steps, eat your meal prep and still afford this stuff. I'm trying to get on your time.
Dude, I'm in the same boat, but just like watching these like, I would say like lower level pros, like the ones who don't know their names, flying to different like fucking countries and competing, like multiple pro shows in here. It's like how do you mind you, for me, I put myself in a position where it's like I gotta kind of make this coaching thing work a little bit better kind of deal. But even then, it's just like, what kind of jobs are you finding out there where it's just like you can do all that stuff? Because I've also kind of realized like the easy route for me would just be like some kind of corporate kind of deal. And then then at the gym, it's going to be a full body kind of day, just going through the motions. Be slightly, not obnoxious, but like, you know, I made a post one time, a lot of people were saying, oh, if you're in this larger city planet, oh, all this stuff. Well, I'm in the outskirts of Philly now. Let's see if people can actually hold up to two bodybuilders just doing their thing. All right, it's a little makeshift fun pose down.
Pre-tan ab check. Pre-tan ab check.
Cut. I say that way you were crunching them. God damn. Yeah. So pretty much we got that whole ordeal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, make me look like a Pillsbury Doughboy right now. God damn. But yeah. So essentially, plan of action: head back, get some stuff, and then. Yeah, pretty much just do stuff that we need to do to head to the check-in, the weigh-in and everything. Alrighty, and now because we have some time before, like now in check-in more or less, time for me to get acquainted with a signature dish of the area, Philly cheesesteak. Where at?
Pulling up to Delisandro's. There's a lot of chatter about what the best spot is. I wasn't gonna take him to a tourist trap like Pat or Gino's, but this is my go-to spot.
This will be one of the cheat meals of all my cheat meals, honestly.
Actually, one of my larger ones that I went on a binge not too long ago, just because it had been a rougher week kind of deal. But
Yeah.
it was the last cheesesteak I ended up having was a Jersey Mike's from Michigan cheesesteak. So a little bit, it's a recent one, so it'll be a nice comparison.
Yeah, I know Jersey Mike's has usually I've never had a lot of their stuff. I've had it like catered, but I've never gotten like a custom sandwich from them. But I've heard like good things. I don't know about their cheesesteaks, but I've heard good things about.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that I never heard of, and then all of a sudden, like, similar to like a Jimmy John's, they just started popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is just like, I don't know how many freaking like sub shops people can shop at kind of deal.
Yeah.
And mind you, just for the fact that I'm someone who's like, trying to eat clean and stuff, I can't imagine like eating out enough to really justify a fair bit of, I don't know, like a $10 foot long or whatever the hell they're going for nowadays, or so.
Yeah, I saw online that apparently Subway was fat shaming people because they were trying to say, they said in one of their commercials that a foot long isn't supposed to be meant to be eaten by just one person, and people took offense to that. And honestly, I'm people. It's like, no, I definitely could destroy a foot long if it came down to it, though.
Dude, one of my go-tos before I really got my nutrition in check was I had kind of like a campus, dollar kind of deal with my meal plan my first year of college. And there's a Subway in like one of the dorm buildings kind of deal. And there's a sub called the Monster. And essentially, it was like, I think a half a pound of meat kind of on it, lunch meats. But there's this little thing you could do where regardless of the sub, the double meat rate was the same across the board. So every time I got that Monster sub, I doubled the meat for like an extra like $3 more kind of deal. And then I would have...
You gotta get your protein.
No, exactly. Although, admittedly, like the fats from the salami and stuff, But at that time, I did not care. I thought... I watched this one guy say, I respond better to more fats and all this stuff. And I'm like, I probably do too. When in actuality, I just ate a lot of fatty shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's one of the ways you just justify eating a whole lot of fatty stuff.
Yeah. But now, luckily, sourdough is a thing that exists. And
yeah, I love me some good sourdough.
that small round batch, dude, it tastes like there's butter in it or something.
Yeah, I know. Aldi has a lot of good breads too, and it sucks, but I'm gonna get the sourdough every time.
No, straight up. Because then they're starting to do like these sourdough like rolls.
Oh,
there's the line.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking hold out. We got places to be.
we got shows to do and check-ins and tans to get done.
Dude, once we find out that secondary tam time, we gotta like just spread the news. It's like
just texting everyone that's supposed to come, like,
guys. Well, yeah, if you're getting a ride from us, at least kind of deal.
Yeah. My roommate's coming, but he's staying at his home right now.
Ah.
So I hope he got the message when I said we're gonna need to leave by like 6. That like you should probably sleep on campus tonight, so we can just go in the morning because he will get left. Like anybody's getting left.
Yeah,
it's not awake already.
Yeah, no, and like the best thing like for yourself, especially like the lower the stress, the better kind of deal, because that could cause extra. Because that was another thing that like the one thing I will give about my show is that enough bad happened that I know what not to do, which tells me what to do this time around. So unfortunately, it cost me like probably a little bit of higher placing, but on the upside, it was one of those things that just like, okay, now I know when I work with somebody, we got to avoid this shit.
Yeah, make sure, and you're very meticulous about them because you wouldn't want that to happen to anyone else the way it happened to you.
No, because I just remember, literally I was debating whether I was going to continue even like doing the whole bodybuilding thing, because like then I had that really bad kind of rebound, gained 20 pounds, felt like, how have you ever gotten sunburn? Is that a thing that could like still happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had like the skin peeling.
Oh, okay.
Because I always forget sunscreen, but I've never had like that burning touch sensation.
Does it feel tighter kind of deal?
Yeah, a little bit.
So essentially, I got so fat, well not fat, but I put up enough weight so fast. That's how my skin felt, just like existing.
That's
like
awesome.
It was literally so full. It felt like a perpetual pump, except I did not look that great.
Yeah, except for it was like more fat pushing against your skin.
Exactly. Yeah. Made it feel tight and stuff. And then I had to go to a cross country meet and chase around my middle school team the entire time. So I was carrying an extra 20 pounds, sprinting back and forth, dude. It was. Dude, it was sweltering as well. Like one of them was like, I think I'm gonna, Coach Lasky, I think I'm gonna pass out. I'm like, please don't. Not today.
Speaking of stress, that adds right onto it.
Yeah, no, tell me about it. So, gotta be on top of it.
Okay, good signs, good signs.
Wow, a whole lot of snacks, pre-workout.
No, I guess. Alrighty, so we are like 12 hours away from show day, approximately a little over, but like Milton checked in, currently getting his tan and all that fun stuff, and now I'm more or less just chilling, waiting around to see how he looks and all that fun stuff. We're not going to be staying at the hotel, we're going to be like driving an hour or so away back to kind of his place more or less, and we're going to be chilling there, then up bright and early, around like 5:20ish, hitting the road, making our way to here again, get that secondary thing of tan, and then yeah, get ready and up and at 'em more or less for show day. It's going to be quite immaculate, I hope. I mean, the check-in process ran very smoothly, so I can only hope that the actual show day itself will have the same kind of oomph to it. And then, like, I'm just super proud of his conditioning, his, like, freaking willpower to push through it. And honestly, I am so incredibly happy that I kind of did all this extra stuff, you know, flew to Philly and all this stuff to see him compete in person, you know, first ever in-person kind of guy. Because like this is the client that like I would want to do this for like 5 times over. And of course I'd love to do more of this stuff in the future, but like, you know, for it being my first, yeah, freaking phenomenal. Also, not to brag, I got absolutely freaking mogged by a lot of the guys here. Conditioned, huge as hell, like symmetrical, like this is gonna be an awesome show tomorrow. I'm so excited. Alrighty, how is the tan?
Sticky. Sticky icky. I definitely noticed more vascularity though. I kept my PP sock as a souvenir.
Oh, God. All right, we are back from today's adventures and all that stuff. And what was your thoughts on check-in and the tanning and everything in between?
It wasn't bad at all. It was a lot less stressful than I thought. Definitely exhilarating being around everyone and being like in the environment for the first time, but wasn't a bad experience at all.
We're hitting the kind of last stage of the late-term carb up, essentially. Which
tomorrow?
Yes, definitely. In which we are kind of hitting hard sourdough and rice right now.
Should I bring peanut butter too?
Peanut butter, yes, definitely bring peanut butter as well. And so those will be really good filling kind of like pre-show kind of deals that we'll be probably relying on mostly. And then the quicker carbs will be some we'll be relying on more as the show is happening and in between like pre-judging finals. And the cool part is my coach will be there as well. He'll be able to give some input as well. So we will have 2 minds, admittedly, technically 1, because my mind is the equivalent of what he's working with. So, yeah. It'll be really phenomenal to see how that ends up playing out. Alrighty, final night prior to show. This is my take. Milton already made his video about it, but now it's my turn. So yeah, we're wrapping up with some rice cakes and some nut butter. Had some sourdough as well. Just getting those last kind of carbs in. And then tomorrow, holy shit.
Game time.
It's fucking game time. And it's one of those things, like, we're for reasons I will not say, but like, we're feeling relatively good about it. Like, it's just one of those things that if things, play out in a certain way, we can probably discuss in more detail, but, knock on wood situations. It's looking good. I know the package he'll be bringing will be solid as all hell, so, yeah, I'm not too worried about much of anything and just more excited and giddy. And it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Hoorah. All right, morning of show day stuff and things. The man, the myth.
It's game time. Let's get it.
That man's sweatshirt, the innards of it are stained orange permanently. Even the externals are stained orange
a little bit of a fashion statement going on, but
oh yeah, definitely. The tan is on. It's looking significantly better than mine did during my whole ordeal, which is great to see. It should be a relatively easy process then when we get back to the hotel, more or less. For some quick carb things. Along with we have our rice cakes and our nut butters, and any other kind of carb of treat you could ever think of is kind of on hand and ready to roll. Our kind of final check-in will be hitting probably, 4:51-ish, probably next 10, 11 minutes kind of deal. But yeah, how you feel about today, more or less overall?
I'm excited. Been up for a while in anticipation for this moment, so let's get that bread.
Oh, he says it's putting sourdough in a freaking toaster oven, yeah. But yeah, so it's, final countdown kind of ordeal. It's gonna happen, I can say that much definitively. Honestly, for like only 4 hours of sleep on my part, I'm feeling like really like up and at 'em.
I am too, actually, like energy-wise. I think once I get some like candy and cereal bars in me, I'll feel a whole lot better. But considering how little I slept, I feel great.
All right, so final spray tan thing is complete. Probably should have recorded something leading up to it. Would have been cooler of me. But now we are at a Dunkin', just kind of counting down the minutes till show day. All right, how sticky are we feeling now?
It could be worse. Definitely more used to it. I kind of knew the routine of spreading and turning while I was in there.
What are the opinions on your boyfriend's whole thing?
It is, I'm very excited. He's been wanting to do this for a long time. The spray tan is really fascinating looking. But I'm excited. I've never really been to one of these, so I'm like excited for the process. And I think he's gonna do well. I can't get over the spray tan though. It's so funny.
It's gonna help with the stage definition and all that stuff a whole hell of a ton. And that'll be awesome. Also, be warned, I'm pretty sure they're going to then have the oil backstage as well.
Okay.
Yep, that's the oiling up it's a legit thing.
Is that something I have to do myself, or they do it for me?
Nah, they do it for.
God.
Yeah, you just got to kind of brace and just deal with it. Venue. Last little kind of bite to eat until, we have a special guest stopping by for a second opinion kind of deal. Maybe you don't mind being on camera kind of deal.
I'm just going to stand here and be silent.
It's always nice to get maybe a little bit of help. Mind you, will it do much this far, this close to show time? Probably not, but
I'm looking forward to the buffin muffins they're selling after.
Yeah, no, they came. Hummus Fit is hummus fitting up this place. It's a well-stocked event.
Like I said, he's got good legs with using it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
We'll have a total of 7 competitors. 23 is a scratch, that's correct. That leaves us with 6 competitors. 6.
Let's Milton! On Milton! Yeah! Let's go! Milton! There you go, 24! Engage it! It's like 24! Yeah! Amazing! Here we go! Right there! Let's go! Yeah!
Well done, guys. 17 and 71 switch. 7. Sanchez. Face the back double bicep. Face front, overhead adductor. And your favorite classic move. Well done.
Okay, prejudging is over. Time has passed between probably the footage of Milton posing and stuff. Yeah, this is great. This is one of those things where he's going against enhanced guys, like evidently enhanced guys, and it's just one of those things where it's like strictly on his conditioning and his insane legs and arms alone. Like he's beating out these guys whose backs are like twice his size. It's insane. So it's gonna be finals time is going to be a kind of make or break moment, it seems, especially for the Open. Top 3 finish is doable. Top 3 is incredibly doable, and I have a lot of hope. And this is going to be awesome. Like he's already going to kind of give me a point because he was the only junior in the PA thing. But like, I think he won that true novice class as well.
Cover your ears if you don't want to hear what's about to go down.
Oh, geez.
Thanks for coming, y'all. Oh, for sure. You gotta take a picture of every Buckeye brownie bite I take. This Chipotle is about to hit too.
Yeah, your mom said she wants me to film the first bite.
Yeah, I want to see the video. The Buckeye brownies, all. I want to see the video.
Well, first bite of the Buckeye brownie can happen now.
Really?
Yeah.
See ya.
I say we'll nail that before we get to the possible, like maybe harder to digest stuff such as the chicken. So wherever that Buckeye is, dude, pop that fucker out.
I don't even know where to.
I say.
I love the crust.
I say. Yep, preferably one bite of each, if you can handle.
That's amazing. I almost forgot what an Oreo tastes like.
And now off to Chipotle to kind of get a little bit of a refeed in.
Good old chicken and rice.
Yes, sir. We had a little bit longer. Hopefully the seasonings that they have there are not too much in the long run as far as like stomach things. But yeah, that freaking incredible. It was really nice to be like, I was still so nervous. But then when they started like, you started at the edge and then they started moving you in, dude. I was about to like start throwing or something.
Yeah,
like
I got to like second or third spot. I was like, all right, I could actually do something right now.
Yeah, no, straight up. All right, Chipotle done. We're like an hour 30 for finals. I'm incredibly excited. We'll probably give it a little bit longer until we do a check-in kind of deal.
Watching back some of the film and seeing, like, I blacked out up there. I'm not gonna lie. So seeing what people post on their story, and I was like near center stage, like, I'm just hoping I did well.
No, I'm like, obviously, I'm not gonna put anything out there just yet, but like, well, we'll see. We'll see. This is looking pretty dang.
And that's all you can hope for.
Baller. No, exactly. It's like first showing at honestly, like there are some really like adequate guys out on that stage right now. But like honestly, as far as shape goes, you have one of the better ones.
And one of the guys, it was very obvious to me that he was like on, you know, whatever, because he had like the kind of bubbly, like, you know, like the ab area kind of looks like
Distended.
Yeah,
exactly.
It looks just like that, and I was like, oh, like I can kind of tell that way, like, oh, that's who's kind of on steroids.
Other than some of the softer guys, well, no, even some of the softer guys have evident gyno. Like there might be one or two naturals with you melted in the show, like straight up.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and going into the show, I knew I was gonna be probably one of the more only natural guys, but I didn't think about how conditioning, like, I don't know if people didn't really care about conditioning as much, but like me personally, I knew I'd need to be dialed in on my conditioning, and I guess like when you're on gear, sometimes you might not be as into conditioning, but it didn't seem like there was a common theme where conditioning wasn't the most important thing for some of the other people, which like they looked great, kudos to them, but I just was expecting
some of them, their size was incredible. Like they were big, they were, you know, muscular, whatever, and they looked great, but it's like none of them were as like shredded as you.
Yeah, no. The one thing I'll say is, especially like the glutes. I mean, no one there has striated glutes really. It's
I noticed that. I was pretty much the only one that you could really
like. You have
one other guy, and he probably will win the overall for classic show that had like anywhere near striated.
Yeah, but for you, like yours are like obviously then in that case the second most dug out. Like they are like. Yeah, no. So I'm happy that like that's something we kind of like keyed in on essentially because like that's probably what's gonna end up kind of pushing us over the edge. Front relaxed. Right. Engage the handy splits the best your ability.
double bicep clearance.
Yeah!
Second place, number 21, Owen Worrell. And our winner is number 24.
Yeah!
Terry.
That's right! Yeah! Yes, sir! All right, like pretty much immediately after show thoughts and things. What's going through your mind?
Sweets and more sweets. But I'm very satisfied. We can go over later after the show how everything went. But very happy with the package that we put out there. And yeah, I think more to come, hopefully.
All right, what was your reaction to
It
that?
was amazing. He fucking swept. He did so good. I'm very proud, especially for his first show. He did awesome. And he's gonna dick the fuck out of someone later. Yeah.
I don't even put peanut butter like that, but it's happening. It's happening. Best cereal bar.
Dude, you're gonna feel this tomorrow.
Amazing combo.
All right, tell us about this place. What did you hear about it? Why?
Honestly, we're at the Burger Shack. I saw it on TikTok. I'm trying to find the burger that I saw.
Oh my
the
God. These
Little,
are hefty.
it was called the Little Italy Burger, but I don't see it on there.
Oh my, you're flipping back around real quick. Okay, so look at what are on these things, but then the prices are honestly incredibly fair. All right, those festivities have begun. Philly cheesesteak egg roll, which I did not know was a thing. All right, here we are.
Pesto
We
burger.
have a video of the photo of the photo. Here we go.
Cheese, bacon, pesto, sun-dried tomatoes with cheddar cheese inside the burger.
Oh God.
Crazy.
And just like that.
Is it delicious?
Alright, and what did I get? Euro burger, simple enough to go. And I'm coming out a fair bit later than everybody else's. Yeah, we're going over kind of competition photos that Mayor here took some freaking amazing ones. Straight up brought a camera into the competition and no one stopped her. So we're all happy about that. Because some of the cuts, like, Yasmin, what kind of camera is that one?
This is a Nikon Coolpix L120.
Okay, no, honestly, I might see if I can find one of those. These, like, those shots.
We got it used on Facebook Marketplace for $50.
The footage and stuff like that is really awesome. So, like, yes, I might be looking at one of those, but no, in general, we're just kind of like doing some comparisons and just like looking at what we got. Every single photo of Melon's quads are like when there's like the photos are blurry, cut. It's so awesome. Also, want to put out there, my coach Josh Navy pulled up, showed up, helped us tremendously. Like one of those things where it's like this is my first time doing like a carb up process NPC kind of show that involved a prejudging and finals. And to be completely honest, had he not kind of stepped in to intervene, like he might have looked flat. He might have ended up losing that overall for the junior kind of deal. And yeah, it just like it worked out phenomenally. Great help. So huge shout out to him. I say, if you don't want to hire me, I recommend hiring him because just like intelligent, well-meaning, funny guy. Finally, it's over. What was it? So you kind of started the prep. When did you end up kind of starting? Because I know I kind of came in a little later after you already cut a couple pounds.
Yeah, so I started December. I was around 215. That's when I started losing weight, but I didn't seriously dedicate myself to the prep till probably mid-February while I was playing club baseball here at Temple. And then I took a couple weeks and I was like, I'm a college student paying for a coach. That's money I can't really afford. So me and Trenton, we took a risk on each other. I was like, I've seen him before on social media and I like what he puts out and what he stands for. And I was like, I'll take a risk on him if he's willing to take one on me, because I was probably about 10 weeks out and I was looking fluffy for sure. But I told him I'm going to work hard and I'm going to give you all that I got. And you can tell I did that.
Yeah, no, he straight up did. It was one of those situations where it's like, you looked 10 weeks out. So it was just like, I had no like issue in my head whatsoever. I'm like, okay, this isn't someone who's delusional, thank Jesus, and all that. And honestly, took it on after like that first week of just like solid weight loss progress. It's just like, okay. Honestly, as far as preps go, not too much went wrong. Honestly, everything that kind of was like a little bump in the road was like a 1 day fix. I think the worst, and I say that very lightly because like it wasn't even that bad at all. I ended up getting like a little bit of a refeed day. We thought we could make bump calories. So not the case. Just from the sake of like it was just a situation where the water and the carb mix was just like ended up kind of bloating a little bit because it was like 1 day the check-in, like it was fucking shredded glutes. It was really incredible to see. But then it was like the next day I was like, oh no, they're gone. So I felt really bad. I'm like, we gotta pull back.
It definitely hurt to have my calories cut back so fast, but I understand why. And it definitely helped going into peak week because we knew water was gonna have to be cut for me, as simple as that. And when we cut it, I just held on to everything so much better. And like, you guys will see, the glutes were striated, and my legs, the judges were loving the legs.
No. So yeah, with that, it was like, I don't know how we would rate it out of 10.
I would rate my experience, I mean, I was eating sourdough all day and getting to pose and get pumps. I mean, I can't fully complain. I got a couple Buckeye brownie bites in between shows.
Yeah.
I'd rate my first experience. It was amazing. It was stressful for sure, but I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was a great time. I had so many people there that I love and support me, and I just like couldn't have been happier with how they turned out. Got to make room for these trophies for sure. I'm super proud of how I did and thankful for everyone around me for sure. Yeah, it was a great time.
He's down one sweatshirt.
Yeah, this sweatshirt is cooked.
Yeah, no, this thing
absolutely cooked.
But yeah, that's about all she wrote and all that good stuff.
Alright.
It's a bigger, literally bigger and better as far as the physique goes, but yeah, awesome.
Alright, at the airport, time to head off more or less. It's like 3 something in the morning. Let's get back home, shall we?